Hi, Jason at Golf Principles here in Basingstoke, and we had a message through the YouTube site about the difference between counterbalance shafts and non-counterbalance shafts. Now, we've just had the Ryder Cup, and you can see probably a 75 or 60-40 split between the players using counterbalance shafts and non-counterbalance shafts. Diamond Gold, this is the tour issue shaft that Keimer used and a lot of the guys used this week, is a non-counterbalance shaft. That means the weight is split 50-50 basically. So it's as heavy in the bottom as it is at the top. Now that's a traditional type of split shaft. This shaft's been around for donkey's years and it's seen as the shaft of choice for a lot of players. There is also a different design school which is counterbalance, which means there's more weight in this half of the shaft than this half of the shaft. So effectively a counterbalance shaft is KBS Tour, C Taper from KBS, Project X, Project X PXI, the new one, the lighter weight one. Their rifle was a counterbalance shaft as well, for those of you who've got older shafts. That means there's more weight under the handle. Now, this is where you start going down this parallel line theory of product and technique. So if you're working on a one plane or a one axis swing, let's say for instance Sergio, Rory McIlroy, they're much more what I'd call one plane or one axis swings, then the weight under the butt is going to help you feel that product. But you're going to get the head to feel where you want to be because you've got the handle with the weight and the head's behind you and the head feels slightly light. When you have that type of product and it's not counterbalanced, which means there's more weight towards this end, remember this is quite heavy, so if you've got something which is heavy here as well, when it's behind you it's going to feel really heavy. So the guys that work well with this type of shaft are guys that are what we call two-planers. So the guys that work very much up and down as opposed to rotationally. Now for Webb Simpson, who hit that nice little shank on the 8th, he uses this shaft. Now I would have said for his action, the way he swings it, he might be better off trying something that's got a bit more weight under there, because look at where he came from the shank. He came from over because there's so much weight down here. He's got to try and get that thing back to the ball. He might be better off with a slightly lighter field down this half to get out quicker and easier. It is very much personal preference. It is a feel for the player. But the very simple way to test for yourself is to get a Diamond Gold shaft, tour issue or normal, whichever you feel, it depends on the strength and how strong you are, and then get a counterbalanced PXI or KBS Tour or Project X shaft. Depends again on strength. If you're slightly sort of slower swings or slightly less speedy, the PXI might be better for you than the old-fashioned Project X. Hit them both and see which one you feel more comfortable with. More importantly, if you can measure it on TrackMan, see where your path, angle attack and face angles are, and you'll find which one suits you better, which one's your signature if you like. And once you find that, then you go into the various models that are, shall we say, counterbalanced or that aren't counterbalanced. I have no preference. I don't stand there and say, oh, this is much better for you than this. Everyone's different. So try and open your mind and just see how you hit shots and see which one gives you the feedback and feel that you're looking for. Especially if you're working on new stuff in your swing, you've got to be able to feel where the club is. If you can't, you'll never square the face up.